The fight for gender equality in Uganda has been long and hard, but their achievements have been gratifying. On July 22, 1985, Uganda ratified the Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination against Women. And after the 1995 Beijing Conference, women emancipation and gender equality were the talk of town. Women were deeply involved in the constitution-making process, and some acquired high political offices. Girls had a right to higher education, and suddenly the glass ceiling disappeared as women have steadily risen through professional ranks. So it came as a surprise when in May, Promundo, a US-based organization, and the International Center for Research on Women released findings of an international men and gender equality survey showing that there is limited support for, and perhaps some backlash against ideas around gender equality in central Uganda. Over half of the male respondents said more rights for women mean that men lose out, and 1 in 3 agreed that when women work, they are taking away jobs from men.
The resistance by men to gender equality suggests that women's voices are increasing. We see that in other countries, but I think it's striking in Uganda.
But are these results a true reflection of society, considering that in the recent past, organizations that encourage male engagement are springing up?
The decisions in family should be discussed by the parents together, the man and woman. But in other aspects that taking care of home, that's duties of the women. Even if you're a minister.
In terms of handling the children, we are supposed to handle them basing on such ideas. Such ideas are good, but they are artificial. You are a woman in your home. All the issues relating to how to handle the kitchen, all the issues, they are under your control.
So why are men not buying into gender equality, even after 25 years of government and civil society pushing it?
If at all we put more emphasis on the rights of women, it means that we are going to turn men into slaves.
Some men, why they resist that, it is because they see the power is being taken away or is being reduced. We both go out, then we both come back. Can we also share this work at home? Now that is where the power, the gender dynamics that come to play.
Intriguingly, men have been ignored in gender equality, yet they hold almost all the power in gender relations.
I must admit that for a very long time, particularly women activists, as you say, women's rights organization, there has been a focus on women. And the reason is simple. They are the most affected. There is need to get men out of that. And I think it's high time that men actually got out and started helping themselves.
More surprisingly, though, is that in the Promundo findings, 58% of the women interviewed believe that a man should dominate household decisions.
Sikkiriza mwenkanonkano mu maka. Abakyala Mukama yatutonda tubeere nga tuwulira abaami baffe era nga tuli kugamba wansi w'omukono gw'abaami baffe.
Abaami bo Katonda ayina kye yabasukulumyako.
If we are to achieve gender equality, there is need for a transformation of gender and cultural norms. These transformations, however, must be inclusive of men, because gender equality is not just about empowering women.
We engage with systems and structures, policies, laws, legislative framework and all that. Who are in these spaces? They are men. So, I just don't understand when people say you're not engaging men.
The way forward is to work with young men to shift attitudes and build skills around gender equality, since they are the leaders of tomorrow.
For many years, culture has been a stumbling block to achieving women's rights. If power lies in the hands of men, then clearly a lot more needs to be done to sensitize society that gender equality is not about women removing that power from men, but it's about sharing power equally. Gillian Nantume, NTV.